so I can pull up some other resources that I want to show you how to do your project. Okay, so first, I want to show you how to gain access to the Focus2 career assessment. Sorry about that. I have a lot of tabs open. Okay. So next, I want to share where you're going to go. This is where you're going to start. And this is the Focus2 career assessment site. Notice the address, focus2career.com. Now, you do not want to go here before you have been given, before I have added you as a user to Focus2, and I've opened up an account for you, okay? I'm going to do that early in the semester, and so you will have access to it. But if you went to it right now and you clicked login, you would not be able to get in, because I'm going to I'm going to open an account for you. Your username is going to be your email address. So I've got to add that in there. And then I've got to give you a temporary password, which is going to be capital A, lowercase b, c, d, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once I've opened an account for you, you will be able to then go to focus2career.com. And then you'll be able to log in up here at the top. And then you'll be able to put your username and then the temporary password, and you will be able to log in. And the first page that you come to will prompt you to change your password. Okay, and you'll want to make sure that you write that down. So this is how to gain Focus2. Okay. Another way that you can gain Focus2 is, I will show you, is through Cougar Web. Okay? Through Cougar Web. Let me share my screen. Okay. Here's my dashboard for Cougar Web. Here's Focus2. And what you'll have to do is you'll have to go to, I think you can click on that, or you can go to one login portal, and then you can go to Collin College Everything, and then you can put in Focus2. Well, I already have Focus2, but you can put in Focus2, okay? And then you'll click it, and you will add it as an applet. Okay, here is the main website. So I will open up an account for you on the administrative side. But this is what it looks like, and this is what you will do when you are getting into Focus2. I'm going to show you the student site. So once you log in to Focus2, you change your password, you're going to then have your own dashboard page. This is mine. It says welcome, and it's going to say your name. So here there are lots of wonderful little quizzes that you can take, like what is your academic strengths? You can take these, and when you submit the answers, it will show you occupations that match those results, and that'll be for these in the top. But for your project, what we'd like you to do is scroll down to self-assessment. Discover and explore majors and occupations that match your personal attributes. Here, you're going to take all three inventories. You're going to take work interests, values assessment, and personality, which is the Myers-Briggs type inventory. Now, I want to mention work interest assessment is going to ask you 36 activities. It is going to ask you if you really, let's take a look. Well, if I get out of it, I can't really see it. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, here it is. 36 questions. To what degree would you enjoy designing graphic art images and illustrations for advertising media? You're going to answer not at all, to a slight degree, to a moderate degree, to a high degree, to a very high degree. So you're going to answer 36 interests. Don't consider if you have the money to do this or you have the education to do it, just whether you're interested in it. Okay, so filter these questions through that lens. So you're going to answer this. Let me go back. I hope it, okay, good. All right, I've completed it, and these are my scores. So I want to tell you, for each of the 3 assessments, when you're finished each assessment, you can then look at your results from each one individually, and then we're going to combine all 3 results. Okay, so here's my results, and yours will look just like this. Okay, this is my RIASEC. So the number of likes, the most number of likes on when I took the interest assessment was on artistic. And this is the RIASEC model here. And these are where your scores are going to, and your scores are going to be registered, and you'll be able to see your primary, secondary, and tertiary. You'll see I am tied between artistic and social. But I think because I like scheduling my own work, I like making decisions for how I spend my time and based on my mission, my vision, my values. I really think I'm more artistic than I am social. So I would say social's my primary, and then I would say investigative actually would be my secondary cluster. And then enterprising would be my third career cluster. And I'm not going to look at realistic, although I do like hands-on, but it's not my predominant. And I am almost zero conventional. So here's some, let's scroll down. You'll see some Holland Code descriptions. And you should read those and see if they resonate with you, if you think that that is accurate for you. And then if you continue, it's going to take me to a list. Oh, well, that's interesting. What? Something's not right here. I should have some occupations that match my Holland codes. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Let's go back out. Okay, now we're going to look at values. Explore occupations and majors that align with your values. Okay, on the assessment, you're going to have to select 3 values out of like 15. And you might say, and I know I did, I'm like, how can I choose? But you should choose 3 values because the careers that it's going to give you are based on the values that you say that are important to you. So these are careers for me, for just based on my values: school psychologist, architecture, psychologist, a lot of psychologists. So these match all 3 values that I've selected. These occupations. These careers match 2 that I have selected. Okay, so let's look at, for example, this is what I actually do right here. Okay, so this is going to be part of your research for your project. So you can click on any occupation that you want to know more about, and it opens up a really nice summary. So here I can see, what does a career counselor do? At a glance, I can see this little sun with a little arrow going up. That's called a bright outlook occupation. This means that there's going to be abundant job openings in the next decade. The Bureau of Labor Statistics forecast that this is going to grow much faster than the average of 4%. Currently, the average growth of every occupation in the United States is 4%. This is going to grow at least 7 to 9% or higher nationally. So there's going to be a good opportunity from 2022 to 2032. This is going to grow faster than 4%. So if you were to pursue a job that is a bright outlook, you're not going to have you're going to have less competition and more jobs available. So here I can see what they do. I can see training. Now that's going to be education. How much education do I need to have if I do this career? Here's a great little video about this career. Here I see job tasks. What would I be doing in this job? Here I could see the earnings. This is the median earnings. So somebody in this field may start out at about 41,650, and this is the average, and then they might, as they have more experience, they can maybe move up to 70,000. And then the top performers, which is really only top 10%, maybe with I don't know, 15 to 20 years of experience, might be able to make about 90,000. Okay, so we've got the earnings, we've got the outlook, we've got the economic outlook is 9.6%. Remember, I said 4% was the average across the United States. So that's going to be amazing. And that's not even Texas. So we can have a look at that. Now here, I'm not sure why. Here we see the RIASEC of this occupation. What I should be seeing here, and I don't know why I'm not, is I should be seeing a purple bar right next to the left of each one, which would be my RIASEC. So I would be able to see at a glance where I fall in terms of being social, artistic, and enterprising. And so this is a good fit for me because I'm tied on social and artistic. And then, I don't know. I think it might be it's a viable choice. Then I'm going to look at the values. It meets two of the values that I chose, and it meets these are the skills it meets. And here's authority to make, here's the work conditions. I have the authority to make decisions, contact with the public, email, face-to-face communication, letter writing, it's structured, and all that. Okay, educational requirements. These are majors. These summaries will list majors that can prepare you for those occupations. And these little toggles here are majors that we have at Collin College. So let me click on the major and I could see a definition of the major. Okay, these majors are not at Collin College, but these majors can also get you to this career. So let's see, counseling psychology. Let's say I really like that. Okay, I'm going to save it. And then I can just write a few notes. What do you like about this major? Questions or concerns? I like the independence that comes with this major. Okay, and then it's going to save it in your file. Okay. Now, if you like this and you want to save it to do some cross career research later, you could go ahead and put a little heart on it. Do you want to save this? What are your favorite traits about this occupation? And this gives you some primers as to what you might say that you like. I like the economic outlook of 9.6%. Okay, I'm going to save that. And that goes in my notes. So that's a good thing. Okay, let's go back to the occupation list. Let's exit back to the dashboard. Let's scroll to self-assessment, and then I can also look at my results based on personality type. These are occupations. It says I'm open-minded, enthusiastic, observant, creative, and spontaneous. So you can see these are, I saved this occupation. Okay, so I could go back and look at it at any time. Okay, so these are just based on my personality. Now, career satisfaction. Career satisfaction is means that you are pursuing work that is important to your core values. So for me, it's making a difference, it's helping people, and just feeling a sense of accomplishment that I'm doing good in the world. So career satisfaction is a big deal because it means that you will more than likely enjoy going to work, that you won't be unhappy. You really will be feel content in your career and less likely to change to a lot of different careers. So I feel, and many other career counselors like myself feel um, that these three career assessments together help to enhance career satisfaction over your lifetime. So that's why we combine results. Okay, well, evidently my work interests went bye-bye when I looked at the assessment. So I'm going to do, but you would do work interest, personality, values, and you would apply them, and you're going to get a really comprehensive list of occupations that meet and match your assessments. So here we are. These are 70 occupations that appear in two of the assessments I've completed. Okay. So all of these match my values and my personality. And if it would be picking up my interests, I might have three of them. But here we go. So I've seen some of these more than once. I've saved quite a few. Um, so let's say let's see, computer science professor. Let's see, and then this is Bright Outlook. All right, so I'm looking at my results, and then I'm going to come to, that's it's a lot of occupations, isn't it? That's okay. You're not going to research every one. There are 52 additional occupations that appear in two of the assessments I've completed. Okay, so let's say I want to see, I did say I like counseling psychologist. It's under life, physical, and social science. The average is 78,690. It is a bright outlook occupation, which I feel good about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a look at this. Okay. All right. Oh, that's okay. This is different. It's 9.9. Okay, so you're going to conduct some research using that occupation list. And you can save or do not save. I would take a minute just if there's something you like about the career, I would kind of say that. So this is going to be a terrific list. You can look at Collin College majors, and we have a lot of these. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So at this time, you have completed Focus2, 3 assessments. You have combined all the assessments and you've looked at the list, the comprehensive list of occupations that match your assessment results, okay? Some other things that you can do on Focus2 is scroll down past self-assessment. You can see what can I do with the major in that's at Collin College, and this is a little assessment that you can take real quick. Looks like I took it. Let's see. I already took it. I ought to be able to see my results. Oh, now I'm 100% complete. Okay, finish. Okay, break. Oh, I tied again. Now, how good is this? Artistic and social. I have tied again, so I have to break the tie. I think it's going to be artistic. Okay. And then it's okay. So that's a little assessment. Actually, that's the work interest assessment. I didn't realize that. Okay, you can look at what can I do if I majored in, and you can search by major categories. Let's look at biological and biomedical sciences. These are careers all under biological and biomedical. Let's say I want to look at, these are majors. Let's say I want to look at aquatic biology. So it opens up a summary of the major, which is really cool. You can save it if you like. You can print it. You get uh, what the occupation is, and then you can look at different careers under that umbrella. So if I was to get this major, I might do any of these occupations. And over here, you can see if it's a bright outlook or if it's a green job. A green job means it's sustainable. Maybe they don't use paper. Maybe they recycle. And this one, conservation scientist, has both. Here's the national mean, and I could click on and look at any one that I like. And it's so you, okay, here it's generating my RIASEC. You see, this is a conservation scientist. So I'm a little more artistic than the career calls for. I'm a little more social. I just be extra, a little more social than the career that calls for. And then, but I'm quite a bit less investigative. 86 versus 37. Um, so does it mean I shouldn't do this career? No, it doesn't, but it means I need to do further research because I want to know what other people say and I want to know just more information about it. I'm right on with enterprising, but this is a very hands-on career and I'm not very high hands-on. Also, it's conventional. So it's following a procedure, and I'm zero conventional, which means so if you're not in good alignment with some of these careers, it means that you might either feel drained or you might not experience career satisfaction. Um, I love digging around in the mud. I love recycling. I love things like that. But on a daily basis, this work, some of the things that are required of this might not personally be fit for me. And so this can really give you some insight into alignment with your interest, your values, and your personality, and those of the occupation. Okay. I don't think I showed you if you go past. Okay. All right, we did. I showed you this. Okay. So let's go back to the occupation list. Back to majors. And I am going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to scroll past to explore the possibilities. So you could explore by what can I do if I majored in, explore occupations by job family. You can look at occupations there. You can explore any occupation, A through Z. You can see what are bright outlooks. And last but not least, you go back. You can compare two occupations side by side. I can click, let's say I want to look at, let's look at compliance manager and compensation analyst. And I want to compare them. Here I'm going to get side by side summaries of the overview, what kind of education you need, and I'm going to show you where to look for other databases on other websites. So if you don't see any information on one or more occupations, don't worry about it. You're going to have ample ability to find the information you need. You hear the job tasks for both job, and here are my interest scores. Look at this. I get side by side right by each one. And you could see neither one of these would be a fit for me personally, based on my based on my 3-letter Holland codes. Yeah, just I wouldn't be happy doing that. Okay, here's the values, here are the skills, decision making, listening, helping, reading comprehension. Um, there's some overlap here. Here's the working conditions. I'd be writing email for both. Face-to-face communication. This one involves teamwork. I'd be on the phone and working inside. Here are the earnings for both. Here's the economic outlook. Here's the education requirements. So all of these are, this information is just right here and answers a lot of the questions that you'll be asked for your project. And so this is an outstanding resource for you to complete your career project well. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing real quick because we're going away from the Focus 2 career assessments.